Hello, welcome back to All About Gaming, episode 13. Bailey's in the background, poor boy. Okay, right. Gaming news. We're going to get straight on with the gaming news. Just get straight to this. I've not got all my windows open on my computer, so that's something I'm going to need to sort out. So we can talk about the poll of the week, because I actually remembered to do one this week. But anyway, let's have a look. Gaming news. Right, first thing first, Crash 5 is coming to next generation consoles. It's coming to Xbox, PS5, and it's also coming to Nintendo Switch as well on March the 12th, so that's good. Another bit of news is that what's CD? CD Project has had their servers hacked, and this is quite interesting. It says, yesterday we discovered that we had become a victim of a targeted cyber attack due to which some of our internal systems have been compromised. And they're saying basically that they're not going to be party to bribery or whatever, so they're just not going to pay whoever it is that's hacked their servers, and they're just letting people know that data's been compromised, which seems fair enough, doesn't it? You can't bow to, I guess, cyber terrorists, shall we call them, can you? Because if you bow to them, they'll keep doing it and they'll encourage others to do it, and then it'll be chaos, won't it? So you just can't give in to these people. You just have to go, right, sorry, but you've hacked our systems, fair play, we'll sort them out, do what you want. I mean, I guess that's all you can do in it. So fair enough. I mean, these things happen. It's happened to Sony. It's probably happened to Microsoft. It's probably happened to everyone. Some sort of data breach, some worse than others. So I'm sure it will keep happening, won't it? They just need to try and keep up with the security so that they can finally beat them at their own game, I guess. It's funny that a lot of these people who hack the systems end up working for the companies. I quite like that, but there you go. Epic will have announcements and extended looks at upcoming games during a spring showcase on February 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'm not really sure what that is UK time, but Epic Games Showcase is coming tomorrow as I record this. EA has announced a deal to acquire Cheat Glue Mobile for $2.1 billion in enterprise value in an all-cash deal. So EA is continuing to expand after its purchase of Codemasters. Sony is to launch the PlayStation 5 in the second quarter of 2021 in China. So they'll finally get it. Geez, they might get it before some people here do at this rate, but hopefully supply issues will be fixed by then. Beat Saber, the awesome PlayStation VR game, has now sold 4 million copies. That's just totally awesome. Beat Saber's a great game, so if you've got PSVR, then you should really test it out because it's such a good game, really good fun. Warner has patented its Nemesis system for Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. Now, obviously, this is quite an old game, and it's quite a cool system that's in that game, and they've been trying to patent it for ages, and finally they've got the patent granted, so I suspect we'll be seeing more games from that system, using that system soon, which is pretty cool, because it's not a bad game, to be fair. Activision has confirmed that it's working on a new Call of Duty game. Well, there's a surprise. Final Fantasy XIV, what's that? 14? I think it's 14. We'll call it 14. Final Fantasy 14 is coming to PS5, and there's an open beta on Tuesday, the 13th of April 2021. Tom Holland has said the Uncharted movie is some of the biggest action sequences he's ever been part of, and that's awesome to hear because obviously Uncharted's all about the big, bold set pieces in it. It's the big surprising moments where the sort of jaw-dropping action set pieces. That's what Uncharted's all about. That's why I love it. So it's good to know that they're doing that in the movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the movie. I'd really hope it lives up to the games because that would be incredible. But a lot of time games aren't as good, are they? Movie games aren't as good, so hopefully this time we'll actually get a good one. There are some good ones. I mean, I didn't mind Tomb Raider, for instance. I thought that was okay. Returnal is coming to the PlayStation 5 on April the 30th, so that's good. The Xbox Series X and S combined were the best-selling consoles in January. That makes three different best-selling consoles over the last 3 months. In November it was PS5, in December it was Switch, and now this month it's Xbox. Now, obviously, the reason Xbox is number one is because of supply shortages, I guess, for PlayStation. Because I'm guessing PlayStation would normally outsell Xbox if they were both fully in stock. But still, it's still a win. A win's a win. And obviously, both consoles are going to continue to sell out no matter what anyway, because they're both lacking in stock. If there was more Xboxes in shops now, they'd all sell out. If there was more PlayStations, they would all sell out. I believe that they're guessing that Xbox has sold round about 3 million consoles, while PlayStation has so far sold about 4.5 million. So Sony's certainly getting the stock out there. It's just that it's so in demand that it's hard to keep up for both of them, really. Okay, we've got a wee note here from Prince of Persia. Uh, what Ubisoft has said is that since announcing Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake in September, we saw an outpouring of feedback from you on this beloved franchise. So basically, what they've decided to do, in a nutshell, is delay it. It says the extra development time will enable our teams to deliver a remake that feels fresh while remaining faithful to the original. We understand this is a disappointment, blah, blah, blah. Two more bits of news. E3 is coming back this year, and again, it's going to be an all digital affair, so that's no surprise, is it? And the charts. This week's charts: Animal Crossing's number one, Mario Kart's number two, Call of Duty's number three, Ring Fit Adventure's number four, Minecraft's number five. Every one of those games, apart from Call of Duty, is a Switch game. And if you look at the rest of the charts, there's pretty much full Switch games in there as well. Uh, Apparently, some PlayStation fans think that the PS5 back button attachment may be imminent. There you go. I never used it, to be honest, so I'm not really sure if I'm that bothered. But I just saw it there on my Twitter, so bit of bit of sort of breaking rumor for you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, if we can find it, talk about the poll of the week. Let me just scroll down my computers and see what's going on. Here it is. Right, poll of the week. There we go. 100 votes. Thank you very much for taking part in the poll of the week. The poll of the week this week is: are you playing more PS5 Series X games on your new console, or are you making use of backwards compatibility, or a mix of both? Out of the votes, 24% have said they're mainly using their new consoles for new games, which I suppose is good to hear, isn't it? 27% have said that they're using it for old games, and 49% have said they're using it for a mix of both. Okay, so let's have a look at comments of the poll, shall we? Right. So Helix, he says he spends more time on his PS3 recently than his PS5. Cranky Duckhead, he says he's trying to make sure PS5 is only used for new games. The PS4 is still being used regularly though. Not a huge amount that's new and keeping them on PS5. Kamal, he said he's the PS5 since launch and so far has only played two PS5 games and the rest have all been PS4 games. Clyde has said he's been using it for backwards compatibility. Karaki has said it's a fairly even split. And that's Cook has said a lot of the games are sort of remasters and stuff anyway, so he's kind of just been playing whatever, like a mix of both, I guess, if you put it that way, but nothing really new by the sounds of things. To be honest, I've used it a fair bit. I've used it for all the new games that came out at launch, and then recently I was playing the remaster of Control, which is actually a really good game. I did play uh, Destruction All Stars, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. I have to say, I might go back to it and just try again, but I have to say I'm not really that fussed at all. So at the moment, I'm just waiting and waiting for something that sort of grabs my attention. It's exciting. Oh, I'd love to a new Ratchet and Clank game. Apparently, that's going people are suggesting maybe that might come out next month. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I'm not sure actually when. I know it's meant to come out first half of the year, but let's see if I don't think it has a date yet though. So uh, as far as I know, what does it say? I can't even find it on Amazon. So let me see if I can find a date for it. But I don't think it's got a date yet. Ratchet and Clank PS5. I saw someone suggest it might come out. Nah, it just says 2021. But there's no real date as when it's coming, but I'm hoping that it comes this part of the year. I'm also looking forward to Kenna. That looks awesome. And is there anything else? Obviously, there's the New Horizon, new God of War is what I'm really excited about, and I'd love a new Uncharted to go along with the movie, so hopefully they'll do that. But the things that are mainly on my radar for this year, for the certainly the first half of the year, is Kenna. I really need to look and Ratchet and Clank, of course. I really need to look and see what else is coming that sort of gets me excited. But at the moment, I guess this time of year is just really difficult because this time of year there's not a lot to get excited about. So I mean, if a new Ratchet and Clank came out along with this Kenna game, then I think that'd keep me quite happy in gaming for a while until I sort of find some hidden gems or whatever. I mean, I've been looking on Game Pass, but most of the stuff on there is all sort of little indie titles that really don't interest me and excite me. There's nothing on there that I'm thinking, yeah, I really need to play that. I thing with Game Pass, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's about like Netflix, you have to flick through it for ages and then you think to yourself, nah, there's nothing really that interesting. It's a bit like PlayStation Now in that respect, I guess, if there's quite a lot of little titles in all of them, and there's nothing major sticking out at the moment, but I'm sure the sort of second part of year that will change. But yeah, so in that respect, I've not been playing anything at all. I want to, but I've just not been playing anything because I played Control. I've not really went back to Control this week because I've been too busy. But if I'm going to go and play anything, that's probably what I'll play because I don't mind it. I think it's an alright game. It's quite good. I'll just take my time with it. But I'll definitely go back and play a bit more because it's a bit weird and I've no idea what the heck's going on. So I think I will play a bit more because it seems pretty decent to me. But yeah, so it's a bit hard to talk about what I've been playing if I've not been playing it yet again. But at least we remembered to do the poll of the week this week, so that's something. hopefully, hopefully, there'll be some good games to uh, talk about soon. In the meantime, I'm getting something to unbox, so that'll be cool. So I'll do a wee video when that comes. That should be coming any day. And yeah, and I'm still waiting on my new mic from Razer. Is it Razer? Is it a Razer mic? No, it's not Razer, is it? It's Elgato. Elgato Wave 3, that's the one I got. I got it pretty cheap on Amazon, but they said it was coming last week and it never turned up, and now it's just sitting there saying, oh, no, it's not coming. It's just sitting there saying, oh, waiting on stock or whatever. And they tried to get me to cancel it because I got it for about 60 quid off, and they're going, oh, the order never went through or whatever. And I'm going, yeah, it did because you've took the money, so it did go through. So stop trying to get me to cancel it so you can get me pay for the more expensive price. No chance. I'm paying the deal that I got, so I'm just waiting for it to come. Sorry, rabbiting on about order rubbish. But yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I've got to talk about because there's nothing else. There's no games. I've talked about gaming news. Hopefully, this time of year is just so annoying. Don't you just wish they would release all the amazing games you get in November all throughout the year? That would be so good. So like, come on, give us games so that we've got loads more to talk about. In the meantime, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.